Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a great beginning of school year. I'm about to do the virtual unit preview for Unidad Uno, Fiesta en la Familia. My name is Christian Straffen, and I am from Uplift Heights Middle School. And my email is on this page, cstraffen at uplifteducation.org. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll answer those questions to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, I will get the answer for you. So let's begin. Okay, so the focus of this unit will be on personal cultural expressions. Since we're all connected to one another, it is important to understand who we are and where we come from. So one thing that I plan on doing this year is having scholars do a presentation about their family, whether it's real or fake. They usually have, or they really have a good time talking about their family, and it's a fun activity that they can do. All right, guys. So next up is going to be our key concepts and our related concepts. So through the exploration of the Spanish language and the process of learning the language, you know that our scholars are going to be exchanging, expressing, transforming all kinds of information, ideas, facts, and opinions. So as we help our scholars become college ready and adults with good character and good morals, it is important that we have a good understanding about not just Hispanic cultures, but all cultures. Therefore, our main concept is going to be message and patterns under the related concept tabs, as you can tell. Now, for our statement of inquiry for this unit is going to be, and I really like this one. Our culture defines which actions and belief contribute to a healthy lifestyle. Now, remember that our statement of inquiry, you may have a different idea of what a statement of inquiry is for this unit, and that's fine. This is the one that I chose. It resonates with me, and but anyways, so if you have a better one, go ahead and use it. If not, you can use this one. Now, remember, our inquiry questions, we have factual, conceptual, and debatable. Your factual is going to be a yes and no answer. Conceptual is going to be, kind of short answer. Debatable is we push their thinking with the debatable questions. Everybody has a different opinion about everything, and we have to, we as teachers, adults, we have to make sure that our classroom is a safe environment for scholars to voice their opinions. And that's one thing that I see a lot, in my classroom. The kids, they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to say anything wrong, so they rather not say anything at all. We want for them to become risk takers. We want for them to share their answers, their opinions, their concerns. So it is important that our classroom is a safe environment for all. But just remember, inquiry questions are going to be key to push your scholars thinking, to be able to get the conversation going, a preview to the show basically. I always love doing my do nows with conceptual and debatable questions. It gets them thinking, it gets them talking, and that's a good tool that I can always suggest or give to you guys. Okay, moving on to the essential understandings. Now, under the essential understandings, we have the TEKS and we also have the knowledge and skills. TEKS is going to be, very broad, from reading and listening to speaking and writing, the type of vocabulary we're going to use. We have family members, party activities, describing people, food and things, expressing needs, and dining options. Now, a couple of things that the scholars will need to know or will know by the end of this unit: the various foods, relationships and celebrations, personal descriptors, and eating out vocabulary, the verbs tener and venir, also possessing adjectives, the some of the differences between ser and estar, and expressing what they would like, and asking and answering questions with punctuation and construction rules. At the end of this unit, the scholars will be skilled at listening and reading description of family members and family relationships, talk and write about family, friends, and celebrations, exchanging information while describing your family, listening to and reading and writing information about restaurant meals and service, also writing about plans for a celebration, and exchange information while describing physical features of family members. So as you can tell, this essential understanding is going to cover a lot, but it is going to be really, really fun, depending on the type of activities that you choose to do with them. Okay, now on this section of the unit plan, we have interdisciplinary connections or cross curricular connections. Now, Spanish is pretty much uh, whole learning of all subjects, but on this unit, we're going to focus on individuals in society and technology. Now, individuals in society, because we're going to learn about different cultures and the way we do celebrations and our family history. And for technology, since we're going to be doing a performance assessment, we're going to follow GRASP, and the scholars will have an opportunity to do, in my class, do a family presentation using a PowerPoint presentation. So they really get into it. Like I said in the past, it is a really fun activity for them, especially when they're researching, actresses and athletes to be their family members and put it, crop pictures and put them on the presentation. They really have fun with that. Okay, earlier, a little while ago, I talked about the performance assessment, and this is what it looks like, at least for my class. We're going to follow GRASP, the goal, the role, the audience, situation, and product. Basically, what they have to do, they're putting a community guide for Spanish speaker residents, and in this case, they're going to focus on a restaurant. So they're going to think about a restaurant that they like best. They're going to create a word whip to brainstorm and what makes the restaurant one of their favorites. They're going to write a review of a restaurant using information from the word whip, include information that might persuade others to try the restaurant. So we're developing the writing skills and their analytical skills. Now, a couple of things that when they're going through the review and checking for agreement, the verb forms and spelling, there's some answers that they need to there's some questions that they need to answer along the way. Number one, did they provide information about all categories? Did they use the correct form of the verbs? Do they have any errors or spelling errors or agreement? Is the review persuasive? Okay, so then after they check all that, they're gonna write a copy of the review, and then they're gonna, if they want to add illustrations or drawings, they can, that'll be the time to do that. And the way we're gonna evaluate that, I'm gonna give them a rubric beforehand, and so that they know what they want to shoot for. Now, the review or the criteria, we're gonna focus on the criterion B and C, which, as you can tell, is very, very specific. Criterion B is going to focus on comprehending written and visual text, while criterion C is going to focus on communicating in response to spoken, written, and visual text. And the strengths that we're going to focus on for each one of them is going to be strength 3 for criterion B is engage with a written and visual text by identifying ideas, opinions, and attitudes, and by making a personal response to a text. And for criterion C is use basic phrases to communicate ideas, feelings, and information on a variety of aspects of everyday topics. So if you look at the criterions, you can barely see it, but go on the unit preview on unit plan, and you can zoom in as much as you can. I always show them 7 and 8. Achievement level, they want to shoot for 7 and 8. That is a 95, 100 kind of deal. Okay, so we're moving on to the stage 3, backwards planning, and on the backwards planning, we're going to have approaches to learning, learning experiences and teaching strategies, differentiation, formative assessment, and real world connections. Now, on the approaches to learning, this is what is going to be developed throughout the unit, and these are the skills that we want our scholars to be able to develop because they are needed outside of school as well. So make sure to share those with them. That way they have those as goals and they know what they're working towards. Learning experiences, you have a breakdown of what the lessons are going to look like, just the main points. And differentiation, it is always good to have extra or the same word presented a different way, not just for those scholars that are having a lot of misconceptions or the special education, but some scholars learn better with different type of activities. So just keep that in mind. And formative assessment, now those are your CFUs. You check for understandings. Make sure before the scholars are dismissed, you're giving them closure. in our campus, for example, we have mastery quiz, what I call mastery quizzes instead of unit tests. I mean, we're more than welcome to give them unit tests, but one thing that they're requiring from us this year is for us to assess them, giving them a mastery quiz every 2 to 3 weeks, um, and tracking the TEKs and all that stuff. So just kind of checking for mastery of the TEKs. Uh, and then the real world connections. Now remember, we're an IB school, so we have to have those global connections. Now, the next step on stage three is the backwards planning. I really love this one because this is where we type the learning objective for the lesson for the day, the key points, and then the assessment summary. Now, it challenges me to really think about what we're gonna learn on that day. I mean, the main goal is should in mind should always be, what do I want my scholars to learn at the end of the unit or the end of this quarter, and that's what the backwards planning. I always start with backwards planning. So I break it down into, they need to know this, and this is how I'm going to assess it. So the key points, the objectives, and the assessment summary or the exit ticket are going to be key for a successful unit planning. Um, Now, the next one and last slide is going to be the reflection. Now, this is a part of the unit plan that often is overlooked. I think after every unit plan, we should all take a few minutes to analyze what went right, what went wrong. Even as we're teaching it, reflecting on how the lesson went, prior to teaching, how's it gonna go, before we start the lesson, and obviously after we finish, what can I do next time to be better? How can I improve my teaching skills or my delivery skills by trying something new? So this part is just a reflection. It's highly encouraged that you write your own reflection and improve from there. All right, guys. Well, this is pretty much it. I hope you had a great time. I will see you pretty soon on August 30th. Do not forget, jump into the virtual roundtable. Have your questions ready to go, and look forward to hearing from you guys and seeing you soon. All right, take care.